We're a mom and son travel duo,
inspiring authors,
sharing world adventures with you, and inspiring dreams, bringing inspiration for creation to you,
exploring the world and finding greatness.
We're here to energize your dreams and adventures through travel.
Hi guys! Welcome back on season 2 of the Global Footprint Stories podcast.
Yes! Are we excited to be back?
Really excited.
I'm your host, Deborah Haile.
And I'm Jonah Seyum.
And we are the mom and son duo of Tiny Global Footprints. And we are going to be sharing our adventures, stories, tips, and ideas and recommendations from our world travels, as well as our best-selling
books.
children's books that Jonah and I published.
Yep.
And the book series is titled
Jonah's Global Footprint.
Jonah's Global Footprints. We've started publishing our books in 2019, and we just published our latest one, 2022. Actually, we published two of them, right? 2022. And our book series is myself and Jonah writing it, and then he also has his own books that he writes. And so we're going to be talking all about that. So we're going to be talking about publishing, writing, as well as traveling the world with children and all the hiccups that comes with it and all the fun adventures that we get to have, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to be also interviewing our fellow travelers, our fellow authors and writers, and also other entrepreneurs, both kids and adults. We're also going to be, what else are we going to do? We're also going to have fun.
Yeah.
And we're going to enjoy this season,
have fun.
right? Is it going to be a better season than the first one? Because we were nervous.
At first we were nervous.
How about
now? But now we got it.
We got this? All right. Season 2, we got this.
Here we come.
Here we come. We want you to learn from our adventures, and we want to inspire you to travel with your kids and also write with your kids, and also for us to just share our story because we feel like it's amazing, right? Amazing. And we are here on our season 2. How did we leave off on season 1?
So we left off and we were going to go to 2 places. Not 1, but 2.
And what were they?
They were Turkey and Eritrea.
Turkey and Eritrea. That was in 2021. We decided to take a big trip, and that's where we ended our first season.
Yes.
Talking about
what we're gonna do. What we're looking forward to. Tips.
And how did it turn out to be? Because it was during the holidays that we took this trip.
Christmas.
It was Christmas time, right? And then we had all these things planned. Did things go according to plan, or did they not? On this episode, since this is our first time back, we're going to talk about all our highlights from the past year.
The fun part.
The fun and exciting and things that didn't go our way, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that on this first episode. And the second episode, we're going to be talking about Turkey, specifically our trip to Turkey, all the tips and adventures and all the facts you need to know when you're traveling to Turkey, Istanbul, with a child. Because it was it the right time that we went during the holidays? Was that the right time for us?
Or was it not?
We're going to find out on our next episode, right? Yeah. How it turned out to be. But today,
we're just going to talk about all our highlights.
So
who should start? You want
to
start?
Think
you could start this time because I always start.
Okay. I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
My highlight.
Let's list our top 3 highlights.
From this year?
Yeah.
Getting stuck in Eritrea because of COVID.
That was your highlight?
Yes.
You liked that?
We'll tell you more about that. Us publishing our 3rd book in the series and our 5th book in the whole publishing that we've done this year, basically. So we published 2 books. That was amazing and feel so accomplished from that, right?
Yeah.
We did that.
We did that.
And then my third highlight this year, I would say, is season 2. Starting our season 2. It's in our podcast, and it's definitely hard to be consistent when you have so many things pulling you left and right. But I'm excited to be here. So those are my highlights.
I respect that.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so my turn.
Yeah, your turn. What are your 3 highlights?
So my first highlight is of the whole year, me publishing my other book, my fourth book, which is called What Does Daddy Do All Day?
So your second book.
Myself second book.
Yes, your
But
second
in total,
solo book.
Yeah, my second solo book, but in total, my fourth book with Mommy. That was my first highlight.
And when did you publish that?
I published it this year, 2022, April.
On
My birthday.
Your birthday. And
April 3rd.
How much? How old were you turning?
9.
On that right?
On that day.
Yes. Yeah. So on his 9th birthday, he got to
9. And I got to publish
his second
book and second
solo book. Yes, and that was amazing, right?
Amazing.
Okay.
Best birthday.
Best birthday?
So
Yay! Far. Okay.
Okay. My second highlight is maybe I think because I got to make more friends in Asmara when we got stuck there.
Yeah.
And I also got to stay with family more. We got to do a lot of more stuff together. So that's another thing.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my last one is
your summer?
Starting school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not summer?
Nope.
Oh, in what grade?
Summer was close, but starting school was better.
Oh, but you have to say starting what?
Starting 4th grade.
Starting 4th grade was great for you?
Yes. And so it's not really hard, but it's pretty hard because I'm learning stuff new that I've never done before.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So those are my top 3.
Okay, great. Do you want me to elaborate more on my highlights and then you can elaborate more on yours? Yeah. Okay.
How about we say highlights about the trip?
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing, though. So, about our Eritrea and Istanbul trip.
Eritrea trip
in Istanbul trip. So the Istanbul trip, though, the Turkey Istanbul trip, we're gonna go more into details on our next episode. Yeah. So but for this episode,
we'll just talk about Eritrea today, because tomorrow we could. Next episode.
Okay. Erase
the tomorrow part.
No, erase that whole thing actually. So today we can talk about our highlights from both Eritrea and Turkey, but we can go into more details about Turkey on our next episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So my highlights of our trip to both Turkey and Eritrea were going to Turkey and going to all those museums and all the sightseeing.
I agree with you. That was cool.
The sightseeing we did.
All those mosques.
All the mosques. We went inside a mosque.
And we got to see
We'll tell you more on the next episode.
I'm not going to get into the details, but Number 2.
That was so cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
So sightseeing Istanbul was amazing. 2 was in Turkey, the food was amazing. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes. We ate street food. We went to some local restaurants, and we met somebody. We're going to tell you who we met when we were there.
On the next episode.
And that person took us everywhere. So that was amazing for us and took us to the best restaurants too, and got to eat some yummy food.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me was...
You should talk about Eritrea now.
No, number 3 for Turkey and 3 for Eritrea.
Oh, okay.
So number 3 for Turkey for me was actually taking pictures and getting dressed up. We'll tell you more about that, and we're going to bring pictures so we can show you.
And I'll just say this, she took a lot of pictures.
Of course I did.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay.
Anyways, so that's my 3 top highlights from Turkey. What's your 3 top highlights of Turkey? You can buy all of our Jonah's Global Footprints book series directly on our website at tinyglobalfootprints.com. That's also where you can find Jonah's own best-selling kids' books. His new book, What Does Daddy Do All Day, just hit the bookshelves. The next chapter of Jonah's Global Footprints series will explore Eastern Africa. Join us on life's adventure at tinyglobalfootprints.com.
So my first highlight is 1, having the food. I know you already said that, but the food was amazing. I had my favorite food, rice and kebabs. We went to this restaurant every single night, and it was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had nice kebabs, so I love that.
Yummy.
So that was 1. And then number 2 was we went on a hop on hop off bus.
Oh yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, and we got to see, and then I got to hear what they were saying about it, and then I could see, whoa, and then I told Mommy, look at it, it's so cool. So then,
So
that
many
was
different,
another
like,
thing.
areas.
Yeah, that was another thing. And then number 3 is, the clothes there. It's so cool in the way, like, they make it. And, like, the designs on it. Remember we saw at the shop?
Yeah, we went to, we'll tell you more where we went, but we did go to a lot of shops, to a lot of markets, actually.
But there was one that the clothes looked beautiful.
Yeah?
So those are my top 3. How about you?
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Okay, for Eritrea, my top 3 for Eritrea were, number one was being with family, of course, and like seeing some childhood friends. It was really nice to just be with family. And then number 2 was we went to Massawa. That was fun.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. We did, Massawa is the Red Sea, basically. And we went swimming in the Red Sea. We went to an island. We'll tell you more about that.
Really
but
fun.
yes, we'll do an episode on Massawa and where it's located and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
But on that one, we actually got to see. We went to this island and spent a few hours there, like half a day almost. And the water is so clear and beautiful. It was amazing.
Yes.
And then we took like a whole bunch of pictures by this like ruins that kind of got bombed during the war, but it looked so beautiful. Some areas, that is.
We'll get into details in the later episodes.
Yes.
Number 3.
So going to the island in Massawa was good.
Number 3?
Number 3 is, like I said before, us getting stuck there for additional 2 weeks because of COVID. We'll tell you more details about that in a little bit. But,
so those are your top 3?
Those are my top 3.
Eritrea? Well, me, I have more than 3.
Okay, you can say all of them.
I can?
Yeah.
So I have like my top 5. Because number 1, spending time with family and making some new friends and playing soccer. It was really fun when we played soccer too.
Where did you guys play?
In the road, like when the cars pass by, we wait, and then when they leave, we make goals with the trees, and then we have to score in between them. So that was really fun.
And it was like dirt road, right?
It was dirt road, so it wasn't grass, so it didn't stop it. So and like the way that we're playing was like really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what else did you play?
I played a lot of other things, and we also played basketball. So like there's not like a hoop there.
Well,
like
there is a hoop, but you were at, they didn't have.
Where we were at, there was no hoop.
Yeah.
So what we were doing, we were playing with a tree. Then there was 2 branches right here, and then we just have to shoot and make it inside the 2 branches.
That's how they played basketball? Yeah. Okay, they've been creative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe you can do that.
I would have never guessed to do it. I would have never done that. Because I wouldn't even have thought of that.
Yeah, they get very creative. Yeah. When you don't have resources, you get creative, basically.
Yeah, so that's number 1. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is...
That was a long number 1.
Hopefully,
I thought it was 2, because number 1 was family, number 2 was friends, making friends.
Yeah, number 2... number 1 is family and friends. Number 2 is playing with them.
Oh, number 2, all the sports you played.
Yeah.
What other things did you play?
We played. We played jump rope. We did a jump rope. It was really long, and like it was really hard for me because it was big. But I said, "Mommy, why don't you try?" She did 48 in a row without stopping. I could not believe that.
And you?
I did like 3.
Oh, because you've never done it before.
Yeah, I don't really like jump roping. I like soccer and basketball better.
Okay.
Because jump roping is like hard for me.
And what were some of like your friends' names that you kind of got to meet over there?
Some of them, their names were Kudus, Timnit, Isay, Dermas, Shanet, and more. There were a lot more. There was Shan, Nardi. There was also Nami and Nahir.
Okay. You had a lot of friends there. And you
Yeah.
got to play with all of them. So I know we're going kind of like, we're making this long, but how did you communicate with them? Because they speak Tigrinya.
Yeah. So
And
most of them spoke all Tigrinya.
yeah.
Then, so because my grandpa teaches me Tigrinya, so I was like, okay, this is my time to practice.
Yeah.
So now I was practicing speaking with them, and then by the last week, I could communicate with them easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I came back, I was even talking to mommy in Tigrinya.
I know. And to daddy too.
Yeah.
So question, but in the beginning, did you have a hard time communicating with them?
Well, yeah, because the last time we went, it was like 3 years or 2 years ago, so I kind of forgot. But once I remembered, it was easy. So I had a little bit of a hard time.
Did they all not know how to speak English?
No,
Or?
some of them spoke English.
Uh-huh.
Then, like some of them were half English and half Tigrinya. Some of them were just full Tigrinya.
Okay.
So like
And Tigrinya is the language of
Eritrea.
yes. It's the Eritrean language. Uh-huh.
And yeah, so that's number 3.
So it wasn't hard for you then?
Yeah, was it the language?
The language wasn't hard, or was?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't that hard. Okay, that's good.
Number 4 is doing the TV interview.
I forgot about that. Yes, we
Yeah,
got
I
on the
was like-
national TV there.
Yeah, the national TV. That's the national TV for the whole country.
Yep.
And we were on there.
We got interviewed
Yeah,
for being.
we were interviewed like a month ago, and then like 2 weeks later, we were right when we were about to leave, like the day before, they put it on there and we didn't even notice.
They interviewed us again.
Yeah.
So they interviewed us for TV. The national TV interviewed us as being the mom and son duo of writing our books and how we inspire others to travel, basically talking about tiny global footprints.
Yeah.
And then once they made that and everyone heard it on TV, everybody
Yeah.
saw it, they were like, oh, we want to interview you too. So then
Yeah,
the
so then we
newspaper
got
interviewed
another
us,
one.
and then another station as well interviewed us. So we ended up having like 3 interviews.
And then I remember like 2 days later, like when we went to have dinner, everyone was like, were you the kid on the Eri TV?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
That's me.
And I was like, yeah, that's me. Did you see me? They're like, you did a good job.
Yeah. Wherever we went, everybody would recognize us, and everybody
so,
was like, "Oh,
like,
we
we were
saw you on
famous.
TV. We saw you on TV." So
Yeah.
that was really, really rewarding and
Yeah.
really amazing
That
experience.
was fun.
And then, like, when we got back, the newspaper came out, and the
Yeah.
newspaper was like a whole. We'll bring it on the next episode,
It
but
was like this big.
it was the whole thing. It was a whole page basically. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never had a whole page in a newspaper on a
Never.
national,
TV.
on a national newspaper.
Yeah. Number 5 and the final one is, it's got to be the food.
Yeah.
The food is like beautiful.
Well, okay. What's your favorite?
My
These
favorite.
are traditional Eritrean foods.
My favorite
dishes.
is kutfo and
Kutfo?
Yeah.
But you do not have kutfo is Ethiopian, and we love kutfo, but you never had kutfo in Eritrea.
I had it here.
You had it here. I'm
So-
talking about what's your favorite in Eritrea?
Okay. Shuro.
You like shuro?
Is like the
Okay,
best.
what is shuro? Okay,
Okay, so shuro is like lentils, then like
It's not really lentils. It's chickpeas.
chickpeas.
Yeah, it's chickpeas. And then it's made with like, a lot of it smells really good. It tastes good, and
And then you have it with injera.
you have it with injera. The ingredients is chickpeas, but like diced, and then it's also you gotta have what's injera? Injera is the traditional.
Injera is the traditional like bread, but
Yeah.
it's not really bread. It's
Yeah.
like
And we
thin and
it's like pancake, but it's
it
not
doesn't-
sweet.
I don't know how to explain it, but you just have to taste it.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
you gotta go to an Eritrean.
it's so good that I have it by
restaurant.
itself.
Yeah, Jonah likes it.
Yeah.
It can be a bit sour, but
When my grandma makes it, I say, "Oh, you're making injera. Can I have some?" And then I put salt on it. Salt makes everything better. So then I eat it. I make it into a sandwich. It's delicious.
All right, so that means you guys have to go check out some Eritrean restaurants in your local areas, Eritrean Ethiopian restaurants, you know, because
you could put Eritrean restaurants near me, wherever you are.
Or Ethiopian restaurants.
Or Ethiopian restaurants.
See, here in Miami, we go to the Ethiopian restaurant that's nearby.
But it's really far, so that's the only reason we don't go that much.
But because we make it at home as well. We make the traditional food at home. So when we're in D.C., though, in D.C., there was a lot of Eritrean Ethiopian restaurants, which is the cool part. And it gives you options, you know?
Yeah.
So those were your top 5? Amazing. I enjoyed that. But you only said, for the food, you said, it's good, and then you said only one dish. You got to give me at least 3.
Okay. Shuro, which I told you. Dibs, which is meat. Meat and with peppers, sauteed onions, vegetables, meat, and then...
And you put berbere.
Yeah, and then you put berbere, which it makes it more spicy. Then you put it with the injera. Then
the bread.
The
traditional
bread.
The
bread, but it's not really bread.
It's traditional bread.
Traditional bread. Then you take a little piece, you grab the meat, and then you...
How do you eat it?
So you grab the injera
with your hands, right?
With your hands.
Not fork.
Yeah.
Not spoon.
Or knife. And then you bring the injera and the peppers and the meat dibs, and then you get it in one bite.
Yep, that's how you eat the traditional food.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you eat shuro as well.
Yeah,
okay.
Shuro's the same thing.
What else?
Then my third one is that I had there is probably alicha.
Alicha? How about gat?
Alicha.
You don't want gat?
Yeah.
Gat is our another traditional food dish, but it's for breakfast mainly. Yeah. Jonah is not a big fan. Neither am I. We like better, which is another breakfast.
One. It's literally pancake, but it's
bread.
It's bread.
It's made with flour.
Mixed with the bread and pancake. You put flour, then you put it into little pieces, and then you put berbere,
which is a spicy.
Then
and you put butter.
Yeah, butter.
The traditional butter.
Yeah, it's called
Esmi.
And then we put a little bit of honey just to make it more sweet. And we mix it up and eat it. It's delicious.
And how often do you have that?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday, that's the breakfast he likes to have, right?
If not Saturday, definitely Sunday.
Yep, I know. Cool. So those were your top 5.
Yeah.
Well, they were very elaborate.
I forgot to mention what alicha is.
Oh, you did forget to mention what alicha is.
Alicha is like carrots and cabbage and curry.
And potato.
And potatoes, too.
And it's yummy.
Yeah,
and the curry sauce.
Yeah, and then you mix it up. Take a good bite, and it's really healthy.
With spoon? With what?
A fork.
A fork?
No, I'm just kidding. You eat it with injera.
You eat it with injera.
Or it could be a side, too. Like, you could have it with some meat and dibs. You could have it with some shuro. So, yeah.
So, because it's vegetables, the main course could be the meat, the kalwa that he was saying, and then the alicha would be like on the like the
outside or the side,
and then you take the bread, and then you take the meat, and then you take the alicha, and then you eat it.
In a
so
bite.
Good.
So
again, go to an Eritrean Ethiopian restaurant near you and check out all these foods we're recommending. Right? Okay. So I think that you had an amazing trip then.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think you did too.
I did. Yeah.
Now, should we tell them about how we got stuck in Eritrea?
Our highlights. So before we finish this episode, one of my highlights was us getting stuck there.
And I don't know why, but for me, that was my least favorite thing.
That was your least favorite?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Why?
First,
wait. Let me tell the story.
Okay, fine. You do it.
No, you're going to tell it.
You'll just tell me.
To back up, we were about to leave. We were ready.
Yeah.
And to leave Eritrea at that time, you had to take a COVID test, basically.
And then there was we had to go like at 7 a.m.
Yeah, and it was a long line. I think it's a very long line. So we did it.
We waited for like an hour or so.
Yeah, and then we took the test, and then we were obviously confident that we were like,
okay.
We took it, and we're leaving tomorrow.
Our bags, and then we're like, okay.
Yeah, and then the next day we were supposed to leave, and then they were like,
the
nope.
Next day they called
you guys tested positive. So mommy tested positive. I was like,
what?
Oh my God, no way. So we went, and then they said, okay, let's test you again. They tested me again, and then I was negative. Yeah. But our
They
flight was already
canceled
canceled. The
your
flight.
That's
So Turkish Airlines canceled our flight. So we're like, okay, when do we leave? They're like, next week.
What?
So then
Next
it was a
week?
Friday. So then on a Tuesday, we went
took it
again
again.
to get tested. And then I was negative. And then
I was positive.
he was positive. So then we had to, and
So
our
then-
flight again got canceled.
Yeah, so
we had
then-
to wait again.
But from that week that we took it till the next
The
COVID
third time.
test,
Yeah.
I got sick. Like
He did get
really
sick.
bad.
Yes, he got really sick. He
Extremely
did
bad.
And I mean, it was COVID, so that's why
Mm-hmm.
basically. And we didn't think he would, get it because this was January.
It was January. Yeah,
It was January this year. It was
7th.
2022. So it was
Yeah.
like January of this year, 2022. And we didn't, I don't know, we just, because he's never had it and we just didn't think he would get it, I
Yeah.
guess. Anyway, he got it and he got really sick where he was not even eating. He lost weight even and he was only drinking fluids and like saying no to everything. I was bringing him like pizza and then he liked that and then he liked burger. He liked that too.
The burger was the best.
Yeah, so he was sick at home. Well, and I was free. So I was like,
she was
oh.
like partying.
No, I wasn't
Yes.
partying. Basically during the day
I
with
think you were.
family, with
Be like,
friends.
"Yay,
Yeah, I was
woohoo,"
happy.
While I'm at home.
I was happy that I didn't have to be sick, but at the same time, I had to take care of you.
Yeah.
But because we had all our family there, everybody was taking care of him. Everybody was visiting him. Everyone was bringing him things he needed.
Yeah, like
and mommy had
medicine.
all this free time,
Yeah.
which was nice. So that's why it was my highlight. And then we took it for the third time.
And then the third time, we
were ready to go.
We were all set and ready.
Because
And
he was
then
feeling a little better. He
Yeah.
wasn't 100%,
I was
but he was
just like-
he was coughing.
it.
Yeah, and he
I
was
was
getting
just like,
better. But
cough,
what did
and
we
then that
do
was
to
the
make you
last
feel
thing.
better, though?
Oh, there was a whole lot of things. So first we took honey medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and I drank that, and then I took
Every
remember
day,
the turkey,
orange.
The turkey medicine that was really yummy.
Well,
I don't know if I'll ever say that, but turkey medicine is really yummy.
because
Yeah.
we got a medicine and
It tastes
turkey.
like plants.
It was
but like sweet plants.
yeah.
It's like a shot thing.
Well,
that
it's
you
a
put
string. It was a bottle.
in,
It's
then
a
you-
syrup.
and then I eat it, then I swallow it.
The
then-
syrup.
yeah.
Yeah, you enjoyed that.
That was yummy.
Because
but
it was, but it's not that you enjoyed it though, Jonah, because it's medicine. But
was
from
good.
all the medicines I've ever given him in the
That
U.S.,
was the best.
or even I bought some in Eritrea as well, he did not like any of them. The one that we got from Turkey,
was the best that I've ever
he
had.
just loved that one. So I'm even ordering it like online for him because
Yeah.
he likes it so much, and it helped as well, which was great. But he wasn't.
Also, sorry, but also, I'll just say this. You might have never tasted this, but this tastes horrible. So first, you have hot milk, then you put honey. You're like, bro, that tastes really good. But wait, then you put ginger and garlic. Ginger, my throat was burning, like it felt like it was gonna pop out.
But we didn't put garlic in the milk. That
No,
wasn't
not
it.
not in the
It was
milk. sorry.
ginger,
It was ginger,
honey, and milk. And
and
that was at
hot
night.
milk.
And then during the day, I was giving him fresh orange because the fruit in Eritrea, oh my God, we
Delicious.
love it. So fresh orange with ginger, with honey and garlic. I
So
was
then I
blending
drank-
it together,
so then I drank
and
that,
I would give it to
I
him.
had
So
to
that's during the
suck
day.
it down. But it was like a whole cup, like this big.
Yeah. So we killed this COVID in
Yeah.
a week, basically, because
Well, it
we
was
were like.
still there.
So when we took the next test
And then also you forgot to mention I had to eat garlic
with honey.
with honey.
Yeah, with honey and berbera, all the spicy stuff for
Yeah.
his throat. Yeah, it helped
It
though. It
stunk.
helped you get better.
Yeah, and you still do it now when I get sick.
I still do it. I always do it, and it helps.
Yeah.
And then we got tested again because we're like, oh, okay, now he's better.
Yeah.
He has a little cough, but it's fine. And then when we get to get tested,
No, wait. And then we were at the shop at Shul.
oh, sure is the market.
It's called shop.
Uh-huh.
Or market.
Sure.
So then we were getting some stuff, and then you got a phone call, and it said, "Hi, is this Deborah?"
Well, we took the test.
Yeah, and
Because
then,
we were
and
confident
then
that he
af-
was better.
Like a day or 2 days after, they said,
No, a day
"Hi,
after.
is this Deborah?" And then she was, "Yes." I'm sorry to say, but your son Jonah is positive. Is tested
Again.
positive again.
for the third time, our flight got canceled again, and he had to stay. It was
so
an
sad.
experience because at that time we really thought he was over it and it was we were good to go, but he tested positive again.
Okay.
So we had to stay. So then more fun and free time for mommy, which it was
3
stressful
weeks.
though. Yeah.
3 weeks that we stayed extra.
No, we
Plus
were
the
supposed
2
to be there for 2 weeks, and then
Turned
we
out-
added additional 2 weeks, basically.
3 weeks.
Well, 2.5 weeks. It wasn't a full 3 weeks, but yeah, we ended up being there for almost a month and a week, even though it was supposed to be 2 weeks because of COVID. Basically,
Yeah.
he got tested again,
And then the last one.
and then
We-
well, hold on. But when you were sick, you know, like we thought, you know, he was better. So this whole time he has to stay home because he has it, right? So again, we had to wait again for him to get tested. So that week he stayed home again, and then I had fun again. But it was stressful because work here was obviously something I was concerned about, leaving our home and my car, everything, our lives here. We kind of didn't think we were going to be gone for that long. So everything was stressful for me trying to handle responsibilities from the other side of the world. But because it was COVID, obviously all companies were very understanding at that time and accommodating. So my job was fine. Like when I got back, I mean, I was communicating with them when I was there. In my home, I obviously was like emailing them when I could get internet connection. Sometimes the internet connection could be not good sometimes, and then I couldn't call very well. So it was hard. It was very hard. It was very stressful. The only good thing, the reason why I'm saying it was a highlight for me is because I got to spend extra time with family that unexpectedly. I went for 2 weeks. We ended up staying extra 2.5 weeks. So that made it more enjoyable for me because I was able to leave the house. He wasn't. He was staying at home this whole time,
Can I say something?
the week and a half.
But the good thing is, while we were staying here for the 2 weeks,
We're staying there.
Yeah, for the extra 2 weeks of those COVID tests, we got to do another interview.
That's true. Very true. So after he was, he was
Better,
fine then, and we tested him again, and he was fine at home. So
yeah,
then we're
then,
like,
like,
okay,
that
we're
same
going
day.
tomorrow. And then we got tested. You got tested.
Yeah.
We got tested for the 4th time, and then
But
you want to tell them
who
about
did we
that?
get tested with?
Oh, okay. You want to?
Yeah.
We got tested with our family.
Yeah, we got tested with Uncle Nahum and
By Tata.
Tatan.
Yeah. So we got tested with our family members. My aunt and my cousin were also in Eritrea. They were supposed to leave 2 weeks after us. We ended up staying extra 2 weeks. So we ended up staying.
So we went together in the same flight, in the same test,
Yeah.
in the same plane.
Yep. So that was nice. It ended up,
Yeah.
that was also enjoyable because when on our way back, so we got tested negative. We were
then-
happy. We
yeah.
celebrated. Everybody, the whole family, because
We
it
were
was,
having breakfast.
we're having breakfast.
too.
And then everybody was like, and I got a call that said
Woo!
negative. We're like, yay! Like my dad, my godmom,
We were like,
my
yes, yes,
aunts, everybody that was there was like happy because we've been testing positive like consistently for 2
3
weeks.
times.
That was our 4th test.
Yes.
But and then we end up doing the interview that day, right?
Yes.
And then we left with
Yeah.
our family, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And then on our way back, Turkey, we ended up spending like a full day in Turkey there on our way back too, and we end up having fun with our family members too because we went out.
So it snowed, didn't it?
It did snow, yeah. It did snow that day.
Yeah.
We went out of the airport. We went downtown. We went sightseeing more places.
I didn't even expect that it was going to snow.
Yeah, and we ate some yummy, like Turkish traditional food
Yes.
where we're even sitting on the floor and stuff. That was really nice. And then
It was really, really cold.
it was really cold.
It was like
Yeah,
negative 100 degrees. That's what it felt like.
basically. Yeah, it was very cold. We enjoyed it though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then Jonah just crashed. From the flight from Eritrea to Turkey, back to Turkey, he did not sleep once.
At all.
Our flight was at 1 a.m.
I had the whole row to myself.
Yeah.
Cause like it was empty, so there weren't many people. So I got 3 whole seats to myself.
So he was watching
So like I was
movies.
laying down on all of them, and then on one of them I was watching a movie. On the other one I was playing a game. On the other one I was playing a different game.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that because I slept. I was the one behind him, and I literally slept. I was exhausted. But then when we got to Turkey, we did sightseeing, we
Yeah.
ate, and then after we ate, it was so cold. We just wanted to just stay in the car because it was so cold. And then he got into my aunt's, like, was holding him, and he just slept. He wouldn't even wake up for us, basically. He was, like, out.
But it was an hour drive.
It was an hour drive. And then when we
From
got to the airport, we
Yeah.
had to go back to the airport to leave, right?
I was like so tired.
Yeah, he was so
I
exhausted.
was like, where am I? I'm
Yeah.
so tired.
But we missed Eritrea, and then we missed,
Yeah.
like, being Turkey, and then we flew from Turkey
And then,
back
as soon
to
as we came
Miami.
back here, I was like, yes, internet, electricity, American flag, we're home. Yes, yes, woohoo! But Mommy was laughing and laughing and laughing.
I was laughing because of his reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very happy to be back. And excited to be back, basically, because he didn't expect, I don't know, he didn't expect to stay that long.
And I missed, like,
Being
the
home,
stuff
being
from
home. Yeah, he missed being home. And then he missed being in school, too,
here. Yeah.
right?
And then we kind of flip-flopped, because at first I was like, yes, we're here. When we first got there, and then Mom was like, yay.
I was ready to leave.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks,
and
I
then
was like, okay, I'm ready to go.
And then 2 weeks
And then when we
later,
added 2 more weeks, we're
I was like, bro, I want to go home. And then she was like, yes, woohoo.
let's stay.
Yay, let's
Because when
stay.
Jonah was
We're
sick,
staying.
when Jonah was sick and staying home, I was going hiking in Eritrea. Yeah, in the morning we went hiking. Saw just beautiful like sceneries when we went hiking. I went out to places that I've never been to. I went on a day trip. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere, so I had cousins and family and friends that were taking me around, which I
But
enjoyed so much.
I did go to a lot of places before I was sick.
Before you were sick,
Yes.
where else did we go besides Massawa? We went to the Green Island, Massawa.
Yeah, we went to Green Island, Massawa. We went to Dekamhare. We didn't go to Keren this time.
These are cities in Eritrea.
Yeah.
Like Amhara is,
We went to
Nefasit.
Nefasit. We went to Mahabar.
Mahabar, yeah. And
we went
took
to
pictures with the camel.
Yeah.
Was that cool?
I got to go on a camel.
On a camel ride, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. And a donkey ride.
No, that was in Massawa, I thought.
That was in Massawa. But the camel ride and then
And then I got a necklace with a tooth on it. I think it was a camel tooth.
yeah, yep, it was a camel
Yeah.
tooth. Yeah, so we had all these fun adventures, which was amazing that you
so
don't
that
get
was
to
fun.
do. And him having all these experiences at such a young age is always, is just pushing him more to be adventurous, to see the world, which is kind of what we're here, just telling our stories so that you can be inspired to travel the world and see how beautiful it is. So on our next episode, we'll be talking about Istanbul and all our fun adventures of Istanbul.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode.
That wraps it up for this episode. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm your host, Deborah Haile.
And I'm Jonah Seyum.
And this is
Season 2
of
the Global Footprint Stories podcast.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you
Let's
next
do our
time.
handshake.
Okay, we'll do our handshake. All right. Bye.